and welcome back to the Blush Studio. Lately I have received a lot of similar questions and I think that some of them might apply to you, so listen up real quick. The first one is this: I'm stuck on this illustration. The drawing technique is good, my idea is really great, but something is off. Can you help me? Another one is, how do I fill in this empty space between my florals? Another one is, I can't draw anything without copying another artist's illustration. I just don't have the ideas or know where to even begin to create my own designs. If this sounds familiar, then you're likely having trouble with composition. And I'm not super surprised, because composition is one of the hardest elements of art to master, especially if you're trying to marry traditional techniques and rules with more modern illustration styles, which is what I do. But that's where I can actually help you. You see, over the past year, I've been working diligently with my husband and fellow art teacher to create the composition guide. The guide is more than just a list of overwhelming formulas to rattle off. Rather, we take a detailed look at the foundations of art, really build on that core, and then explore practical ways to implement it into your own artwork, teaching you not only how to fix your designs that you're having trouble with, but how to create your own style and compositions beyond that. We get deep in this course. I actually get very vulnerable and take you in behind the scenes, but then you get results. Let's take a look at what's included. First, we'll start off with a review of the elements and principles. Now, like I said, I really believe that a foundation in the elements and principles is key to building a strong composition, even with more modern styles of art. Now, because composition is pretty complicated, this will be just a review because we have a lot of stuff to dive into quickly. So if you do need more help with the elements and principles of design and you're just not familiar with them, I do have a mini course coming out soon. If it's available, I'll have it linked down below. In the second section, we'll go on to building blocks for a composition. We'll talk about kind of some common composition formats like the rule of thirds, but we'll also dive into like my own technique. So I've developed a technique just working with more modern styles and motifs that have really helped me to problem solve on my toes while I'm working on a drawing. I don't have to go back and forth all the time. I've really just found that this technique is super helpful and I've never shared it anywhere else. After that, we'll dive deep into adding interest and captivating your viewer. Whether you're trying to communicate a specific message or you're just trying to really captivate their imagination and their attention. From using balance to your advantage, what to do with negative space, and how to create movement and interest in your illustration, we'll go through that for this section. All right, and for the final part of this course, I'll take you behind the scenes. This is probably my favorite part of the course and not something that I've seen offered anywhere else. I'll take you through real life problem solving over my shoulder as I work through thumbnail sketches and then work off of those thumbnail sketches on an actual composition. You'll see how I problem solve with the thumbnail sketches, kind of what I'm looking for and what I'm trying to avoid, and then how it changes as I work on the final piece. And let me tell you, this one changes a lot. After we're done with that larger composition, we'll work on a smaller one, and this one I'll kind of start at the halfway point. This is where I found that a lot of my students will get stuck, and so we're going to talk about using the technique that I mentioned in section 2 in order to finish the composition. So we'll problem solve. I'll even talk to you about different techniques that I use if I'm having trouble with a composition, just different tricks that can help you move past that hump. The hard truth is this: endless scrolling for inspiration from other artists on Instagram is not going to help you grow or develop as an artist. Developing your eye and your own style takes work, it takes experience, but having a teacher who can help you along the way, who's already been there, who's already struggled, and who's found tricks that actually work with my more modern style will help you go from good to great. If you're ready to master composition, move past the overwhelm, and approach each of your pieces with confidence, then the composition guide is for you. With my other courses, I've taken wannabe artists and turned them into working professionals, and this course is no different. It is designed to give you the foundation and the tools that you need to create great art, but in easy to digest and implement ways. I'm so excited to finally be able to offer this valuable content to you. I will have everything linked down below. There's a lot more information down there. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And until then, happy drawing.